Hi scrapbookers, this is Megan and I am back with another Mixed Media Monday challenge. For today I have this layout that I'm going to make, and I'm going to use this scrap lift from, I think I found it on Pinterest, as my inspiration. I have this one photo of my son Jonas. This is my oldest, and this was Christmas Eve 2007. And what I'm going to do is put down some gesso. Actually, I think that might be matte medium, actually, just some white matte medium. And then I'm going to pull out a few little sprays from Heidi Swapp Color Shine, as well as I'm going to use this red, I believe it's called Hollyhock from Close to My Heart. And I'm going to start using the Hollyhock stamp pad, and I'm just going to mix it with a little bit of water. And I'm just using the lid as my paint palette, I guess you could call it. And I keep going away every now and then to add a little bit of water. And the matte medium hadn't dried yet, so I wasn't able to do any painting on that, but I kept trying nonetheless. So I just added a little bit to the edges, and here I'm going to add a darker color. I don't remember what that one is called, but I wanted it to be kind of like an orangey red. And so I just add a little bit of that and blend it in with some water. So now I am just using my Stampin' Up! Heat gun to dry the surface background area. Now I pulled out a bunch of scraps and papers from the Christmas kit that I was using, and I'm going to actually end up cutting down the background paper. So here I'm just pulling out a few scraps, and I think that paper I just pulled out is a full 12 by 12. And I'm thinking that I am going to use that background, but I end up going with something that's not so bold and kind of out there. So here I'm just cutting down a few of the sides, and I'm thinking that I'm going to use that ornament paper, but I don't really like the way it looks with the background that I made. So I'm going to pull out a different piece of paper, and I had this one that was already a full 12 by 12, and it's kind of a tealish green, probably more green than teal, and I really liked the way it looked with the red. So I'm going to glue that background down and then use that gold tinsel to the left of the photo. And here I'm just kind of playing around with a few different things to place around the photo. I cut down the image, and then I used my corner rounder from Creative Memories for the corners of it. Now here I pull out a doily and a few of these little crystal tile things. I got those at Michael's a long time ago, probably about a year, maybe a little bit more ago. And here I'm going to make a flag, a couple different flags out of this ornament paper. One of them I'm going to put up there at the top, and the other one I'm going to stick down there to the right of the photo on the bottom. And I'm going to put some of these stickles, or not stickles, sorry, some of these crystals down in the top left-hand corner, and then also below the photo. So here I am going to glue down the background. So I glue that down. And now I'm going to glue down that tinsel. I really like how that looks. So, and I also had this paper, not paper bag, I don't know what you call them. It was just a chevron bag that I'd gotten, I think, from a Studio Calico kit or something like that. And so I pull that out and I glue that down to the right-hand side. Then I'm going to use my hot glue gun to glue down the tinsel because I knew that it wouldn't stay any other way, and so I was okay with gluing it down that way. So here I'm just gluing down all of these extra little pieces. I'm just waiting for my glue gun to heat up right here, and finally it's hot enough, so I glue down the tinsel, and then I'm going to put the picture on top of it. I decided that I didn't like it being down so low, so I moved everything up. And now I'm going to stick 3 of those little crystal squares underneath the photo, as well as up in that left-hand corner. And then I have these 2 extra ones that I put up there to the left of the photo, which are not actually going to stay there. So now I am going to pull out this alphabet set that I got from, let's see, the dollar section at Target. They're just circles. And I thought it was a really pretty alpha, and it was only $1, so I decided to use those. I also am using this Heidi Swapp Color Shine, and it is the gold color. And I have noticed with my Heidi Swapp Color Shine that if I don't shake it up enough, then the paint like soaks into the page a lot more. And I don't really like that. So the first time that I did it, the drops soaked in a lot more than the second time. So here I'm starting to write out my title, and my title is going to be Love This Smiley Hot Chocolate Drinkin' Boy. And I just thought it was a fun way to make the title. I did this a couple weeks ago with a Saturday Stash Dive layout where I kind of did my journaling and the title all in one. And so I liked it so much that I thought it would be cool to do it on this layout as well. So that's going to take a little bit to write all of that out. And then once I'm done with that, I'm going to go through my stash again and find not a clip, well, right here I'm looking for some brads, and I place this, it's kind of like a dark gray there, and then here is where I decide to move those crystal square pieces, and then I pull out this set of Amy Tangerine clips. What are those called? Clothespins? Yes, that's what they're called. I decide to take it apart and put one up in the left-hand corner, and then one down there underneath the title is where that bottom one ends up. And I really like how that looks. It just finishes off the whole layout. Now up here, I am going to write out the word joy right underneath that little cluster. And then I'm going to use, I think I used my glue gun to glue down those clothespins. And that is pretty much the end of the layout. Since I have the journaling in the title, I'm not really going to do any journaling. So thanks so much for watching, guys. I'll be back tomorrow with another fun layout. See you then. Bye.